Some of you may have heard of The Color Purple, the book. Some of you may have read it. It's one of my favorites. I was an English major, so I can't help it. But one of the things that she said, not in that book, but in other writings, is that the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. That, when I read it, it spoke to me. I instantly felt a zing in my heart, because that's what I see in our communities every single day, is that when we feel we are marginalized, then we're marginalized. When we feel we have a voice, we have a voice. Nobody can take away from you what you know you have. And that's what we need to lean into, because each of us has a zone of influence. Not all of us, nor any of us, can get President Obama on the phone, or Donald Trump, or any of the other wild characters that are out there right now. But each of us does have a zone of influence in our immediate lives. And in moments like these, in between crises, these are moments to double down in our connections with our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, people who are of different faiths and different backgrounds than we are. Because turbulent times like these should inspire us to step up rather than to step back. It is in turbulence that the kind word that we share, the gentle walking upon the earth, the contributions that we make the biggest difference. Because it allows our neighbors, our coworkers, our children's teachers to be able to see not ISIS when they think of Islam, but Fatima, or Ahmed, or Muhammad, or Anne, or Edina, right? And to know that we are all Muslim, and that we are the face of Islam. We have the opportunity to present the face of Islam, not by talking about Muslims, what we Muslims believe, but that I and this community here in Sacramento believe. The community that I'm a part of does X, Y, and Z. And that's where we have our greatest impact. We give up a lot of power when we don't vote. Registering to vote and getting involved in this election is a must. It's not an optional, it's not an extracurricular, it is a must. There are lots of positive things to report about our growth as a community, but voting, we have a ways to go. We are still, among all faith groups, we have the lowest level of voter registration. American Protestants and Jews are registered at 91% of them are registered to vote by their own self-reported standards. Any guesses? What percent? No, I won't let you guess because it's going to be depressing. I'll just fill in. American Muslims, the rate of voter registration is 51%. That means just half of eligible American Muslim voters are actually registered to vote. I won't ask you to raise your hand if you're in that category, but I will urge you to know that there is power in voting. It doesn't change everything, but it does change something. And that democracy is decided by people who show up, who participate, who use their voices. In Los Angeles, the last mayoral election that was held, just less than 15% of Angelenos went to the polls to vote in the mayoral election. I hope it's higher here. It's a sad reality for Los Angeles. But that's a plus, it's a Christ-opportunity, if you will, because people who do show up have a disproportionate influence. In this day and age, we can have a disproportionate influence through our votes. So I saw that there's voter registration taking place outside. That is a step, that is absolutely a crucial step.